Okay, Taurus, we're going to do the second week, which is next week, going into the third week, the middle part of September. Because last week's reading was meant to be for this week, going into the week that's like ahead of you. So this reading is going to be for the tail end of next week, going into the third. Not even, it's really the middle part of the month, okay? We have the eclipse right now, so let's see what your situation is. By the way, those of you who are members and had purchased single purchase for the extended video and the audio went out, I made a brand new video today for that. Email me at elpistarot@gmail.com so I can send you that link. Okay. Members, you have your own link, and those who purchased the video have theirs as well. So this week should be normal because I'm back at home, back in my studio environment with no technical difficulties. I really should have planned it a little bit better or just taken a vacation. All right, with that said, what's the situation for my Taurus, please? Seven of Swords, Page of Swords, Seven of Cups. Okay. Three of Wands. You are in the middle of making, or you have made some moves. You've made some big life decision recently, and that's now what's happening to you is the trickle-down effect. How it's affecting everything else in your world or everything else in your environment, like your kids, your job, your friendships, your patterns, your routines, things like that. Even like, say you had somebody else, say for example you are in a marriage or a commitment, you decided to leave that and you had person number two. Well, it's affecting person number two right now, and maybe there is no more person number two. Others of you, it's got nothing to do with that because I see the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is what we do in the shadows. It's what we strategize. It's what we do on the DL. It's when we ghost or we're having an affair. And then you have another Seven of Cups, which is debating with yourself, what is your best option? You're sitting here saying, which cup is right for me? Is it this one, this one, this one, this one? I don't know. Seven of Swords, all I do know is I got a three-way situation over here. I got a ghost. I got to go. Page of Swords. But because you're not sure and you don't know, you have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is telling me you're doing a little stalky doodle. You're doing a little homework. You're like, I think I got to keep an eye on this situation, this person. Let me see what they're doing on social media. Let me see how they're behaving without me. Let me see if they're acting a fool. Let me see if they're making moves like I'm not part of their lives. This kind of what you're doing. And I do sense a third party because there's a Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You waiting for something or someone. All right, let me see what's coming in for you, Taurus. Let me see what is the deal here. What's coming in second to third week for my Taurus babies. Just hit the mic. Ace of Coins and the Queen of Cups. Okay. And Three of Wands again. You are having a solid new start. Some of you, it could even be a brand new job, a new proposal, a new position, something that's solid, something that's 3D. Take it to the bank and cash it. But the deal is here with this Queen of Cups. It's not in the reverse. It's not upright. It's at the back of your mind. It's like your heart space, your heart chakra. Not that it's not open. It just is showing me that you're not emotionally available. You're in the crosswinds. You might be feeling vulnerable. I don't know. We'll see when I clarify. But you are definitely feeling a kind of way emotionally. A little blocked off, if I might say so. But you are getting a brand new solid something. And I don't know how you feel about this. I don't even think you know how you feel about this. Yeah, because I think you're still waiting for some results or some kind of something to happen in order for you to make that choice or decision how to move forward. Interesting. What is it that Taurus doesn't see coming their way? Wow, look at you. You really are in the 2 9s. Okay, so you know when we do extended readings or whatever, the extended readings are mostly about your person, you and them, what's going on in regards to your love life. And you know in the general readings, they're typically about you. This is no different. This is very much about you. To the point where I want you to not even think about the other person. Because I'll tell you this, I'm seeing 7 and 9s. And it's not just the elements. I'm looking at the numbers and I'm looking at the patterns. Look at this. I want you to look at this card. This is you. This is you stressing. This is you having like all those anxieties. Each one of those daggers represents a stress thing for you mentally. And it's causing exhaustion on a cellular level. We'll clarify. But I also see the 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You feel utterly vulnerable, open, wounded, tired, exhausted. You feel like you've been playing this like rodeo show in regards to your love life, your relationships, and you're tired. You know what? You're almost at the end. After this eclipse, it's going to take away what you don't need. And you will start fresh and new. And I promise you, Taurus, you will be like a beacon of light, attracting everyone in, especially when we go right into Libra season. Because like Libra, your ruling planets is Venus. And when Venus starts coming around, it's something good for the whole collective. The deal is now that you're dealing here with somebody, I feel like this is mostly about the other party, the other person, not the person you're leaving behind, but the person that you're dealing with. Wounded, closed off, stressing. 9s are about ourselves. It's a self card. The odd numbers are self. The double digits are you and someone else. It's the pairings, right? And then the 7s are the pausings and the reflectings of what you've done in your life, what you've concluded, what you've collected, what your decision-making process is, ghosting, staying, what strategizing, what's right for me. These are the energies of this reading this week. And I think it's the shadow effects of the eclipse because it's kind of telling you, look, you're going on a new path. I mean, do you want it to be dirty, murky, and muddy, or do you want it to be nice and paved? Because if you do, we got to remove some debris out of the way to pave it because you got a new life and you're on it. But, like, do you want it to be clear? It's kind of one of those energies. We'll see when we clarify. Let's see what the outcome... No, are we at outcome? No, we're at advice. What's the advice? Guys, I'm thinking about changing up the structure of the readings, unless you guys like it. If you like the format and the layout, let me know. If you think I should change it up, also let me know. It's been a few years. So, let's see. 2 of Cups in reverse. Why? Why is the 2 of Cups in reverse in your advice position? Why did you break up here with somebody that you thought was your soulmate? And they thought you were theirs. Unless they did something. But when it's in reverse 2 of Cups, I don't know. We'll see when I clarify, but it's making me feel like it can be rectified. But you got a very tiny window. And that's the advice there. You know what? I don't know if you need to reject this or what, but this is telling me that there's a soulmate in your place, in your world, that was feeling the same way you were. I don't know what happened. I do see you waiting for them to do something. I don't know if you put the ball in their court or you're expecting them to sweep you off your feet, or I don't know what's going on here. But your advice is kind of to work here with someone. Someone who pretty much feels the same way you do. What's the outcome of the week, please? Knight of Coins and the Ace of Wands. You have some aces here too. Interesting. And the Nine of Wands again. You're definitely holding on to somebody, and it looks like the third party. You're thinking about a reconciliation, but you're also resisting simultaneously from somebody who's very attracted to you, and you the same. Hello, my two kings. King of Coins and King of Cups. Aren't they sexy? Male and female, the kings are your opposing person. You are my queens, whether you're male or female. For those of you who are new, it's how I read. It's just for YouTube. It's not for private readings. Private readings, pretty much, I read the energies of the card because we all come from a divine masculine or feminine. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about this Ace of Wands here and the Knight of Coins. This Ace of Wands, this is a passionate new beginning. If this isn't about relationships and passion and having fun, it is a passion project. It is a new job that you like doing, but it's physical. Knight of Coins, moving forward slowly and cautiously. You're engaging in a passionate new beginning, but I don't know if you'd be scared and you just moving slowly, looking around you for any moving, projectiles of some kind. But you definitely having some new beginnings here. Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it. Let's start clarifying these cards. Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Let's start clarifying this for Taurus, please. I think what you're doing is you're mentally calculating something. You're trying to rationalize. That's what's happening here. And I think also somebody has come back to vindicate you and validate you. Yes, it makes you feel good. Yes, it's an ego boost. But ego boosts, they're neither here nor there for me. Because to what avail? Does it give you the success you want? Does it make you go back together? Does it make you have a promotion at your job? No, it's a feel-good card because someone came along and said, hey, good job. Or your person came back and contacted you. But what do you do with that? Because they see you rationalizing this with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, which is not your energy. She is air. She meaning you, male or female. She in the card. I feel like I have to explain that. I got yelled at once for not describing people. Sorry, but anyway, TMI. You have lifted the sword, friend. And you are saying, look, I'm either going to slice and dice or I'm going to put it down so we can chit-chat. But first, let me think, calculate, and analyze this scenario. This is not your normal state of affairs. You are an earth sign. You tend to be earthy. And you've left that temporarily to go be an air sign. Now, with that said, how does that not make sense? Sword. 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 Swords are here. They're all here. You also have the cups, which is here. Nothing grounded. The only thing I see grounded is the Ace of Pentacles. But let's see what happens when we clarify that, because that's next. Because right now, in your situation, you are analyzing a shit ton of stuff. What you should do and who you should invest in. Because this is like big for you. But I think you're trying to find more information with the Page of Swords. So you're doing a little homework. Good for you. Let me know how that goes. like none of my business, but anyway. Queen of Cups, Ace of Coins. Did I tell you guys that while I was in Greece, in a tiny little village that you can't even find on Google Maps, I was in a little supermarket and I ran into a fan? And I thought at first there was somebody like stalking me and following me around a supermarket. I freaked out. And it turned out she was just a fan. And then I hugged her and she was like crying. And I was like, what's your sign? And we got interrupted. I didn't find out. So now I'm just saying it here because I'm wondering if she was a Taurus. Hi to you, if it is you. But it was nice. And if you guys recognize me out in the street, I'm on the East Coast of the United States. If you ever see me about, definitely, stop for a hug. Now, you have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Cups twice. And I think they both wanted to come out in reverse. You are not emotionally available. You are also, and I know you don't want to hear this, not emotionally mature at this point in time. Why? Because you're in the element of the Queen of Swords. So right now you're coming in as like the Queen of Cups in reverse. But simultaneously, you're getting this new offer. I don't know if you're trying to turn off your feelings and rationalizing some new opportunity you're getting. And I think it's because you don't have enough of information. Maybe you have fear of the future, fear of the unknown. You could be worried in that regard. And now I'm understanding between the Moon and the Nine of Swords, you're worried about your future. You're worried if something doesn't work out. So you're turning off your feelings towards something. But what is the Ace of Actual Cups? Oh my God, Taurus, whatever this is, this could make you happy. Why are you like rejecting it? Oh, I think you're freaking out. You're totally freaking out. What is the Nine of Swords? Please clarify. Four of Cups. I think you're ruminating in your mind. You're going over and over something over and over again. Look at this. There was an ending and a betrayal that you're not letting go of. I don't know who this is. You do. You might have had two of them for all you know. But it's coupled with the Four of Cups. This is unrequited love. You could have left something where one of you was not feeling the way the other was. Like only one of you was in it to win it while the other person wasn't. Somebody here is bored saying, not for me. There was an ending, but you didn't let it go. And now you're stressing over it. And I think you're holding on to it. Somebody where you had a breakup, a fight, a collapse. This does not come easily. Maybe this was with an Aries. Doesn't have to be. This could be somebody that you thought was an emperor. Somebody that you thought was larger than life. Maybe you're having a runner-chaser dynamic. But this is what the stress is about. The new beginning, the solid new beginning. You're worried. Maybe they'll fall through. Maybe you feel like they're not, going to keep up their end of the bargain. Something along these lines is the vibe I'm getting. What is the Two of Cups in reverse, please? The Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Swords. Interesting. The first instinct I got. First of all, Taurus, you're in a process of healing. Let that continue. Someone's going to rush in and communicate something to you. Let them. See, when I see the Wheel of Fortune, all of this has happened. All these little motions have happened for you because your life was about to stagnate. It wasn't going to move forward. You were going to get stuck. Because I think your mind was on this mission where I'm going to do this. I made this decision. I'm moving forward this decision. You made the decision. Then you got cold feet and you got scared. Others of you are like, oh shit, what did I do? And some of you even broke up with somebody that you thought was like your soulmate. Okay? They felt the same way as you do. The universe is saying, look, all of this is a culmination of us doing little things for you to make sure you're going to move forward. You're going to grow, Taurus. Go with the flow. When I see Wheel of Fortune in your advice position, you definitely need to go with the flow. Someone's rushing in to communicate something. I don't know if it's you who's going to do it or you're receiving this. One of you, it's happening because cards are vice versa. Let it go. Let it happen. Let it flow. Go with the flow is definitely what it's saying. Because this will also help you heal the dynamic, the issue, the tear, the rip in your scenario. Now, what is the Ace of Wands, please, and the Knight of Coins, please? Page of Cups, yes, and Temperance. Okay. You're going to begin a passionate, by the end of this week, you'll have a passionate new beginning. After you had a Tower, some of you, it could be like makeup, sex. I'll be blunt, because that's what it looks like. Others of you, it's just you're starting new. You know, to get over somebody, you get under somebody. I'm not saying that's everybody. Others of you, it just looks like you're having a new beginning in passion. See, wands are action. It's physical. But it's also coming out with the Page of Cups and Temperance as the clarifiers. Somebody texts you, because pages don't do much more than just deliver messages. So it's a small message, and this brings and restores balance to you. It restores your inner peace. It almost makes you feel like, all right, you're back on path. You're back on track. You know where you're going. And you do. You get back on track. And then you move forward slowly and cautiously. Knight of Coins, you get on your horse, but you say, whoa. You're like, whoa. You just move slow, right? To see if you're going in the right direction. Because I feel like if you feel like you're making a mistake, you could totally backtrack. This is why you're moving slowly. This is interesting. At least for me, it's showing path of growth. It's showing me a path moving forward. It's showing me that you're somewhere in this place where, you know, shit went sideways a little bit with, you know, part 2 of your life. And now there might be a way to fix that. Let me see what's going on here. What are we going to read in the extended readings? All the details are in the description box below for all the links. There's single purchase. This time I'm making sure it's fine. I'm back at home. No technical difficulties. Again, those of you who purchased last week, hit me up, elpistarot@gmail.com. So I'll send you that link. Everybody else back to normal. Interesting. The bottom of the deck is showing me release your ex. Look at this. And an unrequited love. What are you going to do with unrequited love? Like, if you're not feeling it, how are you going to grow with it? Or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, if they're thinking unrequited love, it's only a matter of time before somebody leaves. Or somebody's got to come along and friggin' fix it. Or something happens and it flips. You know, this is what unrequited love looks like. 4 of Cups. And it was definitely falling in the position of where you were like stressing over something and holding on to an ending. Interesting, when we clarify this in the extended reading, we'll use the Tarot as per usual. And I'm using the Angels of Abundance because I like this for those of us who want to grow financially or abundantly. And abundance is different for everyone. It's health, wealth, and love. Taurus, please. Abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it's always going to be one step away or always in the future. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is exactly what you will experience. It's a mindset. I am abundant. You will feel abundant if you believe it and you keep saying it. Abundant mindset. I'm abundant. I got a roof over my head. I got a daughter I love who loves me back. I have friends. I have family. I have support. Abundant mindset. I might not make the most money in the whole entire friggin' world, but I got work-life balance. I got free time. I also have my freedom. I also have my inner peace. I'm also not a ball and chain to somebody. These are things. These are examples of the mindset. I'm abundant. Am I rich and wealthy? I don't think about those things. I think about the other things that I'm abundant in. So, mindset. All right, guys, I hope this helped, and I'll see you on the next one.